What's up, Dateables? Welcome to another episode of Dateable, a show all about modern dating where we like to dig into the whys of people's behavior and why they say the things that they say. We are in the off season officially. We just wrapped season 12. It does not mean the content stops. It just means that we're taking a little break to figure out what season 13 looks like for you all. Is there a theme? Who are the experts we want to bring in? What are the stories we want to touch upon? But in the off season, we still have these regular episodes for you of bonus content.
Yes, we never stop. Never sleep over here. But happy Pride, UA.
Happy Pride. That's right.
Yes, I think one of the bonus, the episode you're about to listen to is we actually did a live stream last week all about Pride. And it was so freaking amazing. We decided to turn it into this bonus episode. This was not on our agenda, but it was in the moment. We're like, this is way too good. It needs to get shared with the rest of the world that might not be in the Facebook group. Or we also did a live stream on YouTube. That was fun. That was we
had a false start though.
We did. We had some technical glitches. UA and I were live for like 10 minutes and no one could see us. So good times.
It was actually really hilarious. We went live and Julie and I were like turning up the energy.
Yeah.
And then our guest came on and he was like, I don't think we're live.
Yeah. It was like one of those epic moments that doing this for 5 years, you're just like, how the fuck did we do that? But we managed to.
It's bound to happen.
I was like, I'm going to blame it on Facebook's new user interface because they changed it, but it was probably a user error. Probably forgot to just hit that button that says go live.
It's bound to happen. We've never gone live on YouTube before. It's bound to happen. So it's okay.
Yeah, but we somehow messed it up on YouTube and Facebook, which was the best.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We weren't live, and then we were
not the stars of the show anyways. So the stars of the show, they really, like, everything. I just walked away from that just being like, holy shit, I feel like I learned so much. I feel so much more like connected to all people in our community. And, you know, I think a big part of this was like, how can we all be allies, whether you're in the LGBTQ community or not? How can you be an ally? And we were lucky enough to have one of our hosts and moderators, Ryan, and his boyfriend, who we met during COVID, who has now joined the group also, Matt, who I love so much. He's just the most adorable.
So sweet.
And he is now a Dateable listener also. We're like, that's what you do. You find your person, then you both become Dateable listeners, and you stay Dateable together. This is the evolution.
Stay in the family.
Exactly, because staying dateable does not end after you're not single. But we had the two of them, and then they also, I think one of the things that I'm really glad Ryan and Matt pushed for was intersectionality. So they really made it like that we need to have a lot of diverse representation. And I think I just like never fully registered it until they said it. But they were like, when people think of LGBTQ, they think of gay men.
Yeah.
Gay white men, specifically. Mm-hmm. And they were like, while that is some people, it is definitely not the colors of the rainbow. It is not representing everyone. So they really made a stance to be like, we need to include people of different ethnicities and races. We need to include people of, you know, that are bisexual, that are asexual, like the gamut of it. So there was a really great cross-section, genderqueer, like we really hit it all, which was amazing. So I really want to just like give Ryan and Matt another shout out for just like really making that push to do this, because I think it was so important. And they brought it up that the theme of Pride this year is a lot with intersectionality.
It was really enlightening for us because our mission for Dateable is to provide a platform for people to tell their stories. And in no way, shape, or form can Julie and I even represent a sliver of the LGBTQ plus community. So we tapped into Ryan and Matt and you know, basically gave them this responsibility of holding something that was way bigger than we imagined, because I think admittedly, I also thought, well, as long as we have gay men represented, we're good, right? They can talk about Pride. And they really pushed us and said, ladies, we got to get more representation here. We cannot be the only people talking about our community, because there's so many different facets of who we are. And it touched upon like kind of my own feelings about Asian American community. When people feel like they have one Asian American representing on a panel, they think they've checked off the box, and that's
Right.
not the case. There are just so many voices out there. So this panel or this discussion that we had was also not all inclusive. Obviously, we can't be all inclusive everyone, but we try to get as much diversity as possible.
Yes. I mean, I walked away learning so much. I'm not going to even like start to go into all the learnings because I don't want to like distract from what all these people are about to say, the knowledge bombs. But I just think the sentiment in that live stream, just like I felt so like warm and fuzzy afterwards. And I think all the people that participated did as well. I feel like just the general consensus of people in the community being like, wow, that was so well spoken. Wow, I never thought about it that way. Wow, like I'm learning something new. Like that is what being dateable is about. And like you said, Yue, like you and I bring a heteronormative perspective. And while dateable is definitely open to all voices, like we can only go so far. So I think having the platform open that we can all continue to learn and like, you know, really stay true to our community, which is the dateable community, in addition to all the subset communities.
Something we really want to push for all of our listeners to do is to be more open-minded to episodes that when you look at the title, you think it does not apply to you. We see it in our numbers. Some of the more fringe episodes don't get as many listens, probably because you look at the title and you're like, this doesn't have anything to do with me. I can guarantee you these episodes will probably teach you more than the episodes that you can relate to because you are looking at this from a completely different perspective. And psychologically, they always say if you want to look at something, if you're stuck in something, and if you want to get a fresh perspective, look at it upside down. You literally go upside down, look at it. This is how I see these episodes. You're looking at dating from an upside down view, and it can give you more perspective and more insights. So we highly encourage you to go back to all the episodes that you skipped because you didn't think it related to you. Go back and re-listen because I bet you'll find some really great learnings from those.
Yeah, and it gives you empathy. I think that was the biggest thing I took away from it too, because like I think all of us struggle with identity, right? But I think a lot of people in the LGBTQ community really struggle with identity because you're basically we talked about this, like you live in a heteronormative world. That's what you see on TV. That's like the, you know, what you're supposed to fit into this box. And I can see why it's really challenging when you're like, I don't fit into this box. Like, what do I do from here? And that is like a lot of self-development. And while, yeah, like everyone has some self-development, I definitely think by hearing the stories of the members that spoke, it really just like put in perspective, like how much like journey people go on to like be their authentic selves. And I think that's something everyone can take away.
Think about it this way. We can all relate to not being the identity that society tells you should be. Me as a 40-year-old, my identity should be a married mother of two, and I'm not. It's the same thing because the default is, at a certain age, at a certain stage in life, you should be this thing. But we live in a world where you can be anything, and we just have to get rid of all those default settings. And this really level sets our mindset when it comes to default settings.
Yes. Anyways, we're going to like,
good.
We're not going to keep going because we just need to pass it over to them for continued on, but there's just so much good in this. So super excited.
I'm really, really excited for this. Something I've been doing recently. So moving on to the next topic before we talk too much about the topic we're about to talk about. Is something I'm really into lately is dreams. I've talked about this before. You know, I kept track of my dreams for a couple months. But recently I listened to this one, another podcast. I know. I listened
Cheating
to
on us.
Just cheating on us. And
okay.
And this podcast is all about why your brain doesn't stop working when you're asleep. In fact, your brain is consistently trying to work on your real world problems when you're asleep. And that's why you should pay attention to your dreams because they may offer solutions to your real life problems. So I've been keeping track of all my dreams for the last couple months, and I'm going to start organizing the dreams into categories and making sense of them. But I can already see there's one theme that has already resolved a problem for me in my work life that I've already implemented. So I'm highly encouraging you all, and you too, Julie, just as soon as you wake up, just try to remember what is the last dream you had. I can guarantee you in like 3 months, you can see a theme, and then it can maybe help you solve something.
Interesting. I mean, I have so many questions, but first of all, this could be the unlocking of, why we're in whatever state we are, whatever flux we are with our relationships and dating lives. So I think that's super fascinating. I've had some really fucked up dreams, so I'd love to know, like, where they come from. But don't leave me hanging. Like, how did it help you? I need to know.
Oh my gosh. So so your dreams are from the subconscious, and they're without your feelings and emotions. Your brain is not filtering your dreams. So your dreams are kind of like the free for all, and it's kind of scary sometimes, right? That's why some of us have these really fucked up dreams. But I'm starting to see this theme in my dreams where I see other people's happiness. And I am, and then I transform myself into them. I don't know how to best describe this, but I would observe someone's accomplishment or celebration from a third person perspective. And then by the end of the dream, I've transformed into that person. So that tells me that in my real life that I can't be so passive in observing other people's accomplishments, that I can become this myself. And if I believe that I can accomplish this, then I can live it and feel it instead of just dreaming it. And that's been a major light bulb moment for me.
That is so deep. I've had some dreams where I've hooked up with people that I'm like, why? This is not someone I would ever in real life. What does that mean?
I see that. I don't know. I have those dreams too.
Like random ass people. Yeah.
Random ass people. I cheat on my boyfriend in my dreams. And in my dreams, I know I'm cheating on him. And that I had a dream that I cheated on my boyfriend with like the UPS delivery guy.
What does that mean?
And the next day, this UPS guy came and I couldn't even look at him because I was like, what if I fall in love with this guy?
Oh my
I don't
God.
know. Julie, I'm not a dream interpreter. That shit I can't understand at all. But maybe that just means that on the subconscious that we have these different sexual curiosities, and it's not about the person we're hooking up with. It's just our brain is like, okay, well, in the subconscious, I'm not in a monogamous relationship, so I should go out and explore what it's like to be with other people.
Wow. So mine was before I was in a relationship, but it was with one of our past guests. I will not say who.
Oh, wait. Hold up.
And I was like, I woke up.
Hold up. No. I'm not letting you get away.
Horrified. I was horrified.
No.
I can't say it. I was
Can
so
I guess?
horrified. No. I don't want to put it on air.
Okay.
It obviously means nothing, but it was just like one of those moments that I woke up and now everyone's going to be guessing, which is
okay. For all y'all listening, can you please just screenshot this right now and DM us or tag us on Instagram with your guess of who Julie hooked up with in her dream, who was a past guest. Was it in the recent seasons? Just give us that.
No, it's digging back a few. It was a weird dream, weird ass dream, and I woke up very disturbed. I'll just leave it at that. Anyways, let's move on.
Do you all see how Julie does this shit to me all the time? She'll be like, something happened, but I can't tell you anything. I'm just going to leave you hanging. It's going to drive me fucking nuts.
It's a cliffhanger.
I'm going to dream about it tonight.
That's the whole point, is to drive you nuts. This is my whole master plan.
My dream will be about your dream tonight. Yeah. I'm putting
that is so meta. That is so meta.
Super meta. Last night I had a dream that in my dream I did something to my boyfriend. It wasn't sexual. We had a conversation. And then my second dream was that I told him about the dream I had. How
and then you woke up in real
and then
life
I woke up,
and you told the
and
dream
then I told him
about the dream.
about the dream.
He's like, what the fuck?
He's like, please go away. Put away the vodka. It's too early. Go home. You're drunk.
I can't do this. So
like,
funny.
Can I just leave me alone?
Okay, well, let's go from the dreams to the present. Have you noticed something different about me, Yue?
Your hair looks fantastic. I was going to say it earlier. Your hair
have been dying for a haircut. Like, dying. Because, okay, people that don't live in California or maybe San Francisco more specific, you probably have had no issues getting a haircut. I have been hitting up my person for like 4 months now. And she's like, oh yeah, I'll be back in May. I'll be back in June. I'll be back in July. And eventually I just went to someone else because I'm like, I can't anymore. Like my hair is a freaking like crazy person today. So yeah, I feel so much better.
What, did you dye it too?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it looks great. I was going to say something earlier. Sorry,
well, it was pretty bad before. So it was like, I was like, this is the longest I've been. So yes, it is much improved, but I'm looking good. Not to toot my own horn, but I have a really good dinner tonight that I'm taking my boyfriend for his birthday to this like really nice restaurant that
you got a hot date.
Only has 3 tables, this place, and it's just to be like super creative, like the food, like it's all a theme, and they like, I don't know, I'll have to report back after.
What's it called?
So the restaurant is called Merchant Roots. And they only have 3 tables.
What?
It's funny. I was like telling another friend about it. And she's like, I'm convinced there's a drug operation. How would they survive off 3 tables?
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's like, it's not cheap by any means, but it's not like so expensive either. Like
it's not like $4,000 a table.
No, it's like, yeah, it's not crazy expensive. It's like not that much more than like another restaurant. And but it's like a tasting menu. They have like a theme. It's like a in bloom flowers, so it's gonna be like a lot of like
love it.
And I guess they like decorate the whole area, so I'm gonna take a lot of photos and I'll tell you about it.
Please
but I'm very excited.
Report
but
back.
The best part is I don't have to do my hair, and we're like getting dressed up, which is very exciting.
I love that. How fun, a romantic night out with the boo.
Yeah, we're also eating at 5:30 p.m. early bird.
Yeah,
special.
okay, that's the part we probably should tell people. It's also an AARP restaurant.
Well, they only have 2 seatings because they only have 3 tables. So you basically had 5:30 and 8:30, and the only option was outdoors because the indoor was booked. So I'm like, maybe we should do 5:30 because it'll be warmer.
Yeah.
And we went back and forth. Should we do 8:30? Should we do, because 8:30 is like a little late when you're outdoors in SF at least.
It's fine. You'll be there with Ethel and Bruce. You're in good company.
People listening are probably like, this sounded really cool, and now it sounds really fucking lame. Like, what happened?
See, I'm guessing this is one of those like multi-course.
Oh yeah, it's
things,
like
right?
8 courses. I like did not eat
If
much
you are
today.
starting at 8:30, you would be done
my
at
God,
midnight.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Exactly. We're like, we want to go out and do stuff after. But
yeah,
then
so you
the
start
best
at
part
5:30.
is we're gonna be out at 8:30. I mean, you'll definitely be done by 8 because they need to turn over
they
the
need
table.
the table.
Yeah.
That's true. But hold on. But you're sorry, so my phone just beeped for some reason. But it's good because at least afterwards you can just like digest versus I hate going home from a full meal and then you go straight to bed.
That's what I was thinking of. Exactly. So, okay, you're helping me re-justify the 5:30 time. This is exactly what was going through my mind at the beginning. But then I was like, did I make a mistake and should have booked 8:30? But
I'm still secretly judging just for fun because you won't tell me who you slept with in your dream. We're even now.
She's like, I need to bring it back to that. I'm not going to let this go.
Yeah. As soon as we stop recording, I'm like, who the fuck did you fuck? Who did you photo?
90%. Who did I photo? Photo in Florida. 90% sure I already told you. Like when the dream happened. Like I think I woke up and texted you. So I'm like 90% sure I'm not holding anything back from you. But anyways, I'm trying to just keep our listeners on their toes. That's really what my ulterior motive is. Maybe you need to do an Instagram poll, see what people respond with their guess.
I'm putting it up right now. Do you see? I'm just literally putting it up right now. If you had to guess who Julie is sleeping with,
okay, this is how rumors get started with who I'm sleeping with as a past guest in my dream like 8 months ago. Like, let's be
Contrary to popular belief, Julie and I do not play that as a drinking game. Like, who would you fuck? Like, who's a past guest? We don't.
Maybe
we
we
don't look at our
should.
guests that. Maybe we shouldn't tell people if we do that.
Maybe we shouldn't. You always like, we never do this.
We never do this. Grab your tequila now.
Never.
Let's talk about it.
Never.
Our subconscious is so fucking crazy, and I love it because it's the unfiltered side of you. So for anybody who works like in law, who works in education, you need to just listen to your dreams, because that's like the wild side of who you are, the authentic side.
If there's no better time to follow us on Instagram, it's right now. So at Dateable Podcast, you can find us there. We also put up really beautiful inspirational quotes. We have funny quotes. We have clips of our past guests, all sorts of fun things on Instagram.
Really selling it, Julie. I think people know what an Instagram account usually has. She's like, and then we have videos. And sometimes we have captions.
We put a photo of the two of us up there.
Sometimes we have reels.
Shit gets crazy on the IG.
Yeah, keeping you guys on your toes. Oh.
Anyways.
Socks.
Oh my God.
That should be our next post. It's just socks.
Socks.
That's it. Okay.
Then we'll know. Then we'll know who really listens. That will be our true test. Our other announcement, join Love in the Time of Corona. Eventually, we're going to have to change that name, but Love in the Time of Corona is our Facebook group. Love in the Time of Corona by the Dateable Podcast is what you search for. This is our public group. This is where some of the live streams happen. This is where you can, connect to your fellow Dateables, the Dateable listeners. There's a lot of Dateable meetups happening lately. Freaking amazing. There was one in Philly the other week. There was one in, where else? There was a few, random places, too. Chicago's happening.
They're not random places. They're actual places. What an elitist.
Yeah.
And then these other random cities.
I'm going to cut this part. Okay, we're having Dateable meetups in a bunch of cities all over. We have Chicago is happening, Philly happened, DC Raleigh. There was one at Raleigh.
Was there? Wow.
Yep.
New York's still happening.
New York's
they
still
do,
happening.
Regular ones.
Yep. There's all sorts. LA, a bunch have happened. There's also a bunch of people flying out to San Francisco to meet up from all over in September. So this is amazing. We love it. We love seeing you all connect with each other. And the way that people are connected is because they form deep bonds in the sounding board. That's really been the root of a lot of the people that are organizing these. A lot of these people have been each other's COVID confidants and, the confidants through this entire their entire dating process, really each other's sounding boards. So check out dateablepodcast.com/sounding board if you kind of want to take things to the next level. We have a great community in there, and it's only good things to say about everyone in there.